just backed out the Peterbilt out of the shop. We're about to head over to the paint shop and start stripping that thing down and sanding it. But I couldn't help but notice this 12.7 Detroit. It's a brand, well, it's a reman from Detroit, but look at this thing. Like everything is like brand new condition. ECM, the wiring harness is so crazy seeing a 12.7 60 series Detroit look like this. Fresh. Look at the turbo and everything over here. Like, it's all brand new. Brand new stuff. So nice. Old blue collar, the cab over would love something like this in it, that's for dang sure. Fresh unit going in one of these glider 389 Peterbilts. Well, folks, we made it up here to the paint shop, and there are some cool projects going on here. There is a sexy 389 flat top build going on there. That's for some rock crawling guy. I can't remember his name. Brian mentioned to it, but we're not going to show too much of that because that's Brian's project. We're going to get the heat pulled in here now. Start dusting this thing off, I reckon. Oop, wrong door.
Jeez.
Wrong door. Be like the continued spot that's just like mine here at the paint shop. It was like years ago we had the cab over parked here when I did like air compressor on it. Last time we worked on this thing, it was right here, wasn't it? Or was
yeah, it was right here.
It was right here. So, all right, we gotta get this deck plate off. We gotta get this rear panel off this thing. We gotta get the tires off. Maybe that's the first thing we do is just go ahead and get these tires and wheels knocked off here, and then we can get to everything a lot easier. Let's do it. All right, air hose check. What now? Watch this be the jack we grabbed that doesn't work.
Don't even say that.
That's just the kind of luck I've got. Oh, I gotta turn the air compressor on. Hold on.
Might help.
Think I can jump down these stairs?
I dare you.
You think so?
I dare you.
1, 2.
Oh, told you. Dang, boy.
So easy. I'm Superman.
Apparently, I ain't never seen anything like
while
that.
we're waiting on to build air pressure, let's go ahead and get these
Covers off.
covers off of here. And, oh boy, some of these are on here. Tight.
Did it right. What are you doing?
Ryan, over here.
RYC.
Talking on the phone, not doing nothing. Anyhow, we got all the lug nuts off of here, these things, and then we borrowed this jack off 9,000 of an impact here. This thing's huge, weighs like 50 pounds. See if we can get these lug nuts off. Boom. Get in your home. See if we can do it one-handed. Maybe. Oh, nope. Oh. Holy crap. This thing's no joke. All right, so we got these roll-arounds we're throwing on here now, inside out, so we can have access to all of this. But look at these brake rotors are huge. It's crazy how big these things are. And look at the pads. Big old brake caliper. Big Daddy. They're almost worn out already.
Slamming on the brakes too much.
Yep. You should be copying my technique here.
Dang, look at that form.
It's all in the hips. There it is. All right. Oh.
Get the other ones off. All right. No, come on.
Come on, I'll see your form. Is this why your wife's not happy?
Don't say that.
Pull it off there, my guy. Oh, you're getting somewhere. There you go. It's all right. So we're stacking them over here in a certain way that I know they came off so that we can go right back on the way they came off, and we're not getting them mixed up with the rotation they were already rolling down the highway. We're gonna get this rear cover panel off, get the deck plate off, and then we're gonna start sanding the living heck out of this dang old frame here. What's the matter?
This thing needs to come up more. It's hitting the ground. That's why it won't come off.
You getting frustrated?
It just needs to come up more.
So all the workshop and Brian went through to bolt this thing up, get it nice and level. We're gonna take it all the way back out and get this frame sanded down and prep for paint. I can't seem to find a torque spit around here big enough for this, so we're going to have to maybe fish the deck plate out of here without pulling this off, which I think we can if we can bolt it at the center. So we're gonna try that. Brian's on his way with a bolt or a tool to get this loose. And we'll move forward from there. I gotta crawl underneath this thing. Gotta find a creeper. All right, so we've got the deck plate set off of here, and I'm gonna show you guys how it mounts. I'm sure a lot of you are curious. So these pieces go right here underneath the frame, right with this pad right here, and then they bolt to the bottom of the deck plate, just like so. Well, if you find a spot that there's bolts like that. So these things go all the way up and down. Now, we only had one on each side just to drive it over here, but there's actually like 3 or 4 per plate that secure this thing up in there just like that to keep it from falling down and to clamp it to the frame, along with lots of other things, kind of like this piece right here that holds everything in place. We still have to tighten down and do a few more modifications too, but the supports are in there. The deck plate is fitted. Get this thing out of here.
Oh,
shoot. Guess we'll just put it over here out of the way for now.
easy.
Oh, all right, slide this other one out of here right quick. So on top of having the pieces that support it underneath here, there's also these plates right here, which are, I think we left one of these mounting things right here at the other shop, but these go inside the frame just like this, and they hold the deck plate up. You gotta kind of put it somewhere you're not gonna cut any wires or anything, and they support it from the bottom side. And we've got these pieces of rubber right here, which you don't require, but we're gonna stack those just like that, and the frame's gonna sit and squish right down these rubber. This is actually old pieces of mud flap, and this stuff is, if you know, mud flaps are about indestructible. So we've got all kinds of supports. We're going above and beyond to make sure this thing doesn't rattle, make any noise, and it's gonna be perfect. And this is what semi-casual does with every single one of them, is there's a lot that goes into putting these deck plates on. There are some subpar deck plates out there, but this one's made by Iowa Customs. It's the best of the best. There's nothing better you can get, honestly. So we'll get all this stuff out of here, get all of our rubber pieces out, and we're gonna start sanding on this frame. And so it begins. Start sanding this bird down. All right, so I kind of knocked a little bit of the frame down. It's crazy how like the color changes tremendously whenever you like sand it a little bit. And you can see right here where like, I don't know what these dimples are. Maybe Brian can explain it a little bit better, but maybe that's where the frame's made, or like the original paint, because their frame's originally like this black color of paint here. I don't know. We're gonna sand a little bit of this down right here. And then we're gonna end up getting the fifth wheel bolted back onto it, because I wanna bolt it all up and have it all completely done. So we paint it. We're not gonna be trying to tighten any bolts and disturbing any of the paint on these bolts, which is gonna be difficult because we gotta get a deck plate, painted deck plate underneath the fifth wheel once it's already on here. And that's gonna be fun, to say the least. So we're not gonna be painting all the suspension or rear ends. We're gonna be painting, you know, like the leaf springs here, or whatever you wanna call them, the load springs. Sanding all this stuff down the best we can. We're not trying to go for like the full show truck look, but we just want to look good when we go park somewhere and we go to shows and stuff like that. So we're going to continue sanding on it, but before we do that, we need to get all this stuff unloaded and in here that we brought over here along with Brian brought some stuff back up here that they painted these panels, but they were just a tiny bit off, so they don't let anything leave the shop without it being 100% perfect, right?
Yes.
It's got to be perfect.
And that's not perfect. I mean, it's like
The paint's perfect, but it's not the perfect color.
The color just needs to be, and
You putting that on your truck? Is that why you brought it here? Is it going on your truck?
yeah,
It's gonna look so cool.
it's gonna get
So
better
it's just
fuel
gonna
mileage.
Make the wind go up. It's gonna help you with down
Downforce,
pressure.
yeah, for going fast. Racing. It's for
Makes
racing,
sense.
basically. But no, on the on those deals, like they match at like 80 different angles, and there's just one angle, one die cast just looks a little bit different. It's not even that much. And then I was like, well, we did some more spray outs and then put them on the truck outside of the shop, and it's probably me being too picky.
It's all right though. Shows the quality of customer service. Now get this piece of crap out of my way.
I just kind of love some.
Brian and I set that fifth wheel plate in there by hand. That thing is heavy, so we're gonna take it out with forklift this time.
You did that by hand?
It wasn't that bad.
I think it weighs like
Whatever.
500
I wouldn't
pounds.
do it. No.
With 2 people, it really wasn't that bad.
No.
It was bad. I just did it. It weighs more than 2 Brian. Big boy. Got the LED lights on it.
That was better at that go.
After I roll the trailer into my truck, it's gonna oh no, it's not. I was doing it the opposite way.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're talking about. You got a chain?
No, just bring it down. Get right up to it and bring it down.
Yeah.
Slow. A little bit more.
Forklift certified.
You know it. Okay, Ryan. Whose idea was this to put cardboard underneath it?
That was you.
No. You put the bolts all in there?
That was you.
That was you.
Oh,
This trailer rolling on me.
just take it one step at a time. There's one.
Is this a good one?
Nope, bad one.
Bad one. This is the one you messed up loading the trailer last night.
No, that was you.
Well, y'all messed them up loading them up?
You see the mark that's on it, Brian?
No, I don't see it. Here, you want to see the difference?
Oh.
It's barely different.
No, it's not that bad. Oh, yep, there it is.
Right there. I knew you did it. Jeez. You did that? Put it in the trailer? No, that's from Nat.
Oh, okay.
Dang, boy.
I was like, man, pretty
Ew.
rough in the thing of the trailer.
So remember how we're like, man, this sander's really a piece of junk. This is a sander.
Dang.
Look at this thing. This thing is no joke. I think it like sucks the dust away while you're sanding. Let's try it out.
Heck yeah.
thing is insanely quiet, like way quieter than I was expecting it to be, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Like it's just... Oh, let's see what it does. Let's turn this down just a little bit. It's so quiet. There's no dust.
Holy cow.
It's crazy. All right, so needless to say, folks, we have an insane amount of sanding to do. We're gonna try to get as much sanding done as possible. Tomorrow, we're gonna bring up our pressure washer from the other shop tomorrow. We'll cut this thing off and get this frame pressure washed. Try to get all these other parts sanded down, get the fifth wheel plate put on there. We've got to turn around some bolts. What if we should go ahead and put the fifth wheel plate on now? I feel like we maybe need to go ahead and sand this stuff first.
Yeah.
So that when he's spraying in here, all that stuff's getting, you know, painted really good. So maybe we'll try to get as much sanding done as possible. Put the fifth wheel on, which is right here. The fifth wheel mounting plate, I guess is what you want to call it. That big old heavy boy there. Brian did bring some tools up, so I guess we can get. Did he take that? He took that tool back with him. Dang it, Brian. Whatever. So, anyhow, we're gonna get this thing unbolted off of here. We can start sanding on the frame and get this thing going. It's starting to rain outside. It's like 30 degrees out. No, like 50 degrees out.
30 to the Floridians.
You're such a sissy. Okay, guys, so I've got this rear plate removed off the back of the frame back here. Actually, Ryan started impacting on stuff and it fell into the ground. But we're removing these upper bolts for this cross member because this is also the same bolts that the fifth wheel bolts up to. So these things are gonna get all removed from both sides. So we can go ahead and sand it down and then get the fifth wheel mounted back up there. Don't wait on me. So you all may be wondering what we're gonna be doing when we paint this thing as far as why we're not painting the dips or anything like that. So look at this truck right here. Without getting up close to it, right? That frame looks brand new, right? And nice and shiny, even though it's an older truck. Well, if you look really close to it, you'll see some pitting in the frame, stuff like that. Nothing crazy, but just a little bit of weather on this frame. This is a truck, I think it's a glider, it looks like. Yeah, a glider truck that, it's a Peterbilt too, that the guys are Fitzgerald Truck Sales, I think, have bought. They're cleaning it up, they're gonna be selling it, but they painted the frame, and I think this is with single stage paint. Look how nice it turned out. Like, it's really, really freaking nice. They definitely did a really awesome job. But this is what we're gonna be doing, where we're gonna be painting it and basically just spraying the top over everything. We're gonna be sanding a much newer paint than what's on here now. And you see how these springs are painted nice and neat, but the frame, but the axle is still, you know, not been completely prepped or painted perfectly, but it's just, it looks way better whenever you sand down the paint that's already there, put some nice fresh paint on it, and put some clear coat down, because from the factory, this frame is Legendary Blue single stage, right? It has no clear coat. And we're putting Legendary Blue back on it, but we're clear coating it, so it's gonna look 1,000 times better. It's gonna look really good. These fender brackets that are on here, we're gonna sand all those down and paint those the same colors of frame, because right now they're currently the same color as a truck. We just threw some paint on them so that they didn't rust between now and us using the truck a little bit. So those are currently plenty of fish in the sea blue, but they're gonna be Legendary Blue. While I was trying to get this thing prepped and ready for us to put the fifth wheel on, I totally forgot, excuse me, that we're gonna have to grind on the frame a little bit more, because there's a couple spots we've marked right up here where it needs to be opened up just a little bit, and a couple high spots. I took a business card because I want to be able to have a business card width between the frame. There's a couple spots that are a little wide, and I had a lot of people in the comments concerned with us grinding the frame down, stuff like that. Yes, the deck plate could have been ordered just a little bit more narrower. But the thing we didn't take into account was when we ordered it the second time is we measured it at the back of the frame and up here at the front of the cab, or at the back front of the cab, whatever, up here, and the right width. I forget whatever it was, but what we didn't take into account is these solid cross members right here suck the frame in a little bit more than these 3-piece cross members that you can open up or move in, vice versa. And we just don't have the time. I don't have the time or really the patience to want to order another deck plate. It's going to take another 6 to 8 weeks to get because they're custom built and made to order. So we're making it work. Us putting the spacers in the frame, it's not the end of the world. There's trucks that come like that, brand new from the factory, with spacers in the frame. Not exactly Peterbilts per se, but there are trucks that come with them or used to. So it's not really a big deal with what we're doing. Grinding it is a massive pain in the rear, but whenever these guys put these deck plates on, they take and grind and roll this edge and make it really nice like Brian already did, which we're gonna have to redo again when we open it up some more. But that's what's holding us up from putting that fifth wheel plate on there, because we're gonna have to test fit the deck plate one more time after we open it up some more. So we're not gonna be able to put that on today. Maybe in tomorrow's video we'll be able to get the deck plate put on there, test fit it again, grind it down some more, put the fifth wheel mount on there and get this thing completely sanded down. But for now, this is all we can do until we go get some grinder wheels and a few other miscellaneous things from the Country Farm and Home store here up in Tennessee. So yeah, right here is where we wrote it down. 26 and 7/16 was the width of the frame, and that's what we ordered the deck plate for. And they made it like 27 and 3/8 maybe, or something like that, or 5/16 is what it came as. And it fits back here perfect, but the further north you go, it's here right here is 26 and a half. That's actually a little bit wider than 26 and 7/16, but it gets narrower, and that was the issue with that deck plate. But anyhow, we're gonna get it fixed up. We're gonna get this thing in here tomorrow. I want to give a shout out again to Semi Casual and the guys here at Fitzgerald Peterbilt, as always, for letting us use the shop, and Brian and Tommy for being massive helpers and us getting this Peterbilt done here. We're very close to having it done where the outside of the truck's done, and then once we get done with this phase of doing everything the outside, the frame, deck plate, and all the accessories we've been putting on, we're gonna move to the inside and start doing some interior work, some more lights on the inside, stuff like that. So I'm super pumped about that. But we'll be back out here tomorrow. Make sure you all smash the like button, comment down below, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.